abusuafo ne adofo yema munyina akwa ba biem Alpha One so ne sese wa subscribe no bomodin so be subscribe se ne bia niema hodo a edin se obeti wada platform so no haya na ni nyina etwugo menko ba bia like na share na onua so ye den insan kelvin no so keep you updated yes already yen fi ni nchim ne yen kande ho nchim niema ekoso Ghana no si enya strong institution said the Barack Obama ene eye abamba benkan ya anaso all second na baby a si Ghana ni kire na ehu ye pa hwe how a eko parliament economic hardship eye chese amani hunu galamsi ye politicians bebre na endrin Ghana for na ni nyina kwakoko wi abatom na isia onye refia obeboa ama Ghana for leader omopese omo lead Ghana no obeboa ama prepare no kwaridia dead no ono so na NDC ochina sei eniema bebre na ebafa no bia no dodo na enye papa nti ama the trust eye the majority of Ghanaians ewo woni mu na de abafom si se die na say sibium si NDC for yenye nim no omo aye election team anase aye election director IT for no mato mo boasi aborum ama omo hu si as speak no Mensa ono na CSA final voters register no de aba no statistics ebe boa ama all the rigging in na ba from no statistics no si ni hu ba bi e wo is intimi provide bi as speaking ye say omunim baby alpha. How can you provide a year final and satisfied a register without a start? One kasa ko hu we bi wen. Na omo hu NDC for next action again.
Clearly, one, you said when you went to the Electoral Commission to pick up the register, they asked for the voter statistics. Simple. A breakdown of those who are in the register. A few things they ask for. How many voters totally nationwide? So in your register, how many voters do you have? 2, how many voters do you have in each of the regions? So Volta region, how many voters? Central region, how many voters? 3, constituencies. You have 276 constituencies. How many voters are in Guam? How many voters are in where I come from, South Town? So they ask for those statistics, and then they ask that how many absentee voters do you have? How many special voters you have? And how many I think voter transfer, or even proxy votes? So just give us that breakdown. He said the EC said we are coming. 30 minutes we'll be back. They went in hours. They came back without those statistics, which is weird. SM, if you come to think about it, because your register is supposed to be made up of these people.
Oh yes, all these things.
So this you would have already isolated. So how many transferred votes do we have? How many people are voting on the special voting exercise? So you know how many special voters you have. You even should know how many proxy voters you have. So based on that, how many absentee voters do you have? Because if you want to find absentee voters, you are doing special voters plus transferred votes. So those who have transferred their vote plus those who will be voting on a special voting day. So that will give you the total number of absentee voters on the register. So they asked for that statistics. Said they haven't gotten it.
And I'm pushing 30 minutes, right? Still.
And then so they've decided that okay, when you get that statistics, add it to the register, call us. Will come for both, because we need that statistics to make sense of what you have in the register. That's weird. That's so.
So now how many days now can you ever go to?
Oh no. But no, that's what I'm saying. It's impossible to compile a register without having this kind of data clearly marked out, because that's weird. You must know who is on the register. The people on the register, some of them have a special purpose, so it should be easy. So this guy is a transfer voter. So on the register, you should know based on data that's separate that SM transferred his votes from Mpriso. You are from Mpriso?
That means free price.
To Accra.
Okay.
So that should be clear. It should be easy for the EC to tell who transferred their votes from where. So that should be data that should be available. Once you have finalized your register, you should have that data easily available, one that you can easily pick and share.
And you know, we're normally soft copies, they are yet to receive statistics of from the electoral.
No, the NDC says they did not take the voters register.
Okay.
So the final voters register, they said they will not take it. They worked it with the voter statistics so that when they are looking at the final document, they know what they are looking at. So they can use that to do an assessment of that register. So how many voters? The voters that has been transferred. So voters who have transferred their votes on their own. So you choose to transfer your votes, you should be easily identifiable. Voters who are saying that on the day of elections, I'll be doing something else. So please, I'll be doing special voting. Where are they? Proxy voters. Who are they? Then you're also even looking at what do you call it? The breakdowns. The breakdown. So the absentee voters, then the breakdown. That should be easy. If I ask you, you say you have a register, I ask you how many people are on your register. Should be able to provide me that statistics easily. That this total number of voters are in South Tongue. This total number.
Electoral Commission for some person catch say all these ones the omo boss you know. Omu niana and I say a wapa no person de bema.
Okay. No, that's why I was listening to hear him say okay after they went in if they came back. Because I'm surprised.
Or they are just then you too mumu so.
No. That's why I'm called. That's why I say I'm surprised. You know what they mean. I'm surprised that they don't have this.
And me say eh wapayo o ma sheda pa.
That is intentional.
Yes, omo person de bema because of some bobia po na baba to no wiem. Ana say de to so mienu no. Omo ni madwuma no no mo ho e na yetu omo kakeke. Because sena akanefu akakra bi na yakwa akoto aba. And about 2 way no e ade a hu hia Ghana for. Into bibia sorry na nsen I'm say peace, you have some way. All these things. So what would you possibly see ubia? Sena, a quan benson or be person in Sababa share as in Yapamasi. When you know very well that Electoral Commission for a 50 da almost share media, BBI clear. Some person walk on we out. Now me, I hope your PC we are men, or frame your family, some say, MSA as in Yapamasi. Enter me besides answering for me, you know. Ebe me wan was Electoral Commission for any those statistics are obobo here. Ebe me wan papa. Some was so and one person with the bema. And yeah, and this among you kono. Woman, very careful.
And they're not going to compile the total number of transferred voters on the register. So voters who have transferred their votes. I'm wondering, are they not going to compile it separately? Because you will have to resolve. So I'm moving you to here. So you are no longer on the former register.
Yes.
Maybe so. So when I'm doing tallying, I have to know the total number of people who have moved their votes. Total number of people who are doing, and today's, and they don't know the total number who are doing, people who have registered to do special voting. Who they have registered, they don't know. So you can't tell based on that, okay, transferred votes. So absentee list, then have an absentee list of voters. You know that this total number of people will be absent on the register of Ablekuma Central. One, because they have transferred their votes. Two, some are doing special voting. So if you add them together, you know that this total number of voters will not be on the Ablekuma Central register from 2020. That should be easy to tell. Before you finalize any register, you should be able to do the subtraction. before you hand it, then the person knows that on the day of the elections, this number of votes are in Ablekuma Central, but they are not on the register because they will not vote on that day. On the day of the elections, they will vote separately because the special voters register is different. So if you do absentee here, if somebody is absent in Ablekuma Central, the person is perhaps an addition in another constituency because they've moved there. So it's quite confusing that these are things that, because before you finalize something, you should be able to do your maths, do your subtractions and additions, and know that we have got a concrete figure. This total number of registered new voters are on the register. So I've added this total number of new voters to the total number of voters on. So even that one, if somebody comes and says, oh, my father died, so my father's name should be expunged from a register, presents a certificate, you take that out. So all that you have to put into compiling the register. So it's a careful, gradual process. It's not achieved by stamping in a public ceremony. So I that's why I'm surprised that by now you should be able to isolate the various the figures, know where is this one, where is that one, where are the total number of transferred votes. So in South Tong, in Ablekuma Central, those are the two places I work with, so please forgive me. In South Tong, where I come from, I'm from Sugakope, so that's why I always say South Tong. In South Tong, where I come from, these are the total number of transferred votes. Where have they transferred to? Have I taken them out of the South Tong register, or they are still on the register? What have I done? Have they been moved out? So that is, so you compile each register. So the register even start from the, what do you call it? The polling station level or something. That's where you start. So there's a registration center. That registration center will tell you who has left that center. As that not the level at which they do. So they circulate the register to the polling centers. No be so. So you go to this polling center. So you have to know at the various levels. So you should be able, it should be data that you should easily provide. Because you don't necessarily certify the register at national headquarters. The register must be finalized at the local level first. So we do our subtractions, our addition. So you must know what is happening. Then by the time it gets to you, you have all that data in small. So it's a breakdown that you should easily have from the constituency level all the way to the regional level. At the constituency level, how many voters have transferred out? They should be able to tell you at that level. Or is it me that am I expecting too much from the election? Am I so
too much?
No. Or do I? Charlie.
Senna, you see why we all agreed to the demand of a forensic audit by the NDC. When they were making the call, we all supported that call. These are some of the things that when that audit takes place, we'll be able to identify all these things, correct them as stakeholders. Then we are all on the same level playing field, and we know that whatever is being presented, we all work to produce it, so we all know what we have. I think that first of all, Madam Jean Mensa would have to change her attitude toward this whole process. Whatever high horses she's sitting on, she must get down and work as an electoral commissioner. She and her deputies. This one that national voter statistics, regional and constituency voter statistics, absentee voter statistics, gender statistics, and statistics on proxy voters.
Special voting too.
And then special voting is not included in the register that you are presented or you are presenting to these political parties. Yet you call it the final certified register, and you go ahead and say that it is finished. The voice you played of her.
Yeah. Like Jesus Christ.
She ended by saying it is finished. it is finished. When you have not even presented the register to the political parties to go through, do the analysis of it, and come back to you to tell you that, okay, after we have gone through the register, this and this and this is what is not there. You have concluded that it is finished. It is finished. So the finished register that you have given to them, now that these people, the NDC is demanding for these things, and I think that after the demand from the NDC, they have they've noticed that they really needed to include all these things in the register. That's how come they went in for 6 hours to go and provide these data, and even that they couldn't get it. So what is finished?
You sure they don't have it?
If they have it, how come it is not included in the register? So when we all agreed at that their meeting that, okay, let the Electoral Commission go and rectify all the things that were pointed out by the NDC.
As 70 more hopa, a more room ye, a more room ye. A lot of questions na Ghana for the A bisa AG Mensa or that easy, no. Boa paye. So I shed the na. Oh ye, ama Ghana, she be a DNA. As a democracy and okay. Boa paye pan or ye. And now saying a boa paye na or ye we. Their support a political party be. And now say what bre we hear support. Like questions that hold on na man for the eka. The back and forth ni nyina no. Adia na nke be stop we nyina ma Mensa ni all the EC bosses. Mo ye adwuma office wo no. Na nke be bo mo adwuma ya mre. Abrekwa kamun lo sohwie o. Kamun lo sohwie. Ene say NDC for boamo anka my forensic audit mosemonye. A lot of institutions be by and on between say oh is kasem crampo dia ombe boamo or financially. Yes, the moye de mosabo tugui. Nene mu ibobo ni nyina tugui no. Eno na ma abedu be dri the trust Ghana for refill be jinama election time no election day no trust number from unprecedented just 28% the anoding just wa fairly poto mon trust in the bako kra. And yes, tell no kuinye bibi na kan show say okay or boama the trust Ghana for the ewo mumuna kwosro no still na office no omo go office ni ma say omo say office na pro just omo ye ne pasa then e koso enu bi na just ye boti statistics are just a common idea was saying come wedding mutimi provide Emma Ghana for the common data was say come provide my the various political party emom hu de omokono muntiminye NDC for raise concerns mo say o muntwen 30 minutes na so ma famba 6 hours omoto train this data mo intima san famba den ekoso a modisi den tina mo pese ye de bi hu de eko. Because how come se bitima ko to aba ni ye nim the total number of people on to aba adding like adding se sanity na just say muhu ni se Ghana for say be adwin of formal assessing. How come na even in school SHS GHS omuko yi omo SP grandpa at least ye hu the total number of people on me vote I can't start no ho. It was said more provided the total number of females is intimate provided. I was saying provide total number of males if intimate provided. I was saying provide total number of absenteeism intimate provided. Total number of transfers or registered intimate provided. Total number of special voters and prompts. Intimate provided we anything about numbers in team provided BBR, and you call this register as satisfied and robust. Never see a boy about so like how so maybe a tremono now IEA no na wo di pressure to Charlotte say so no say na nanko or running that office na ka wo bo ni beje niema wo ye wanye mu bia o, and yet still you were able to criticize that woman. And one kasa wo ye we nyina echi na one kasa bo ho abaso say Ghana from bo wo abaso na maya de ade amaya ni yehu bida. Yes, yehu bida in a negative aspect and positively. I didn't know mo pese Ghana baby e di ani chi mu pia mana agyense mu. As we speak na ade we ke simple things say bibianta ejira. Ko wuntimi go to aba ni nim the total number of people go to aba na obekan ni saying the who a total number of ballot papers I say like obekan ni saying the who total number of ballot papers ya print bi aba begum obekan ni saying reggae method ni bia na just amount for doing hormone tiase na warning Kesi pa na is NDC for dem am say munhwe na be bia mode Ghana fa no be bia mode mani a kire no anhwa na DBC no moanti mo ankasa moanti ma de engina no because Ghana buafu yi pa 8 years of experiencing a hardship in Ghana. It been sida bad precedent, it been sida ama a year Ghana a down in the history of the republic. And yes still no more actions I said the more person more tie this government GBM NCO Ghana Foṛcé or my bremo there was said this government echo TNC na Ghana for decision here the emblem GM per se beto abanewi no say NPP na ewi ni a onko ono so na ewi ni a mama nko free and fair na ebe chinchim obi nsa na esi omo ankasa praise omo ho ebe wini election with strategy kwan bi ebe fa so wini bi ayenim no de Ghana for ni dawo ana pese di musa busa for Akroma.